This is a 6.2 technical model by Harry Baker. So what is a technical model? So a technical model is a model used in sport to access sporting performance to help analyze and look at the quality of a skill. The main way we determine a technical model is by the way it explains a technique, which is by words rather than numbers. For example, in rugby, the technical model would be how the perfect pass is conducted and broken down into different components, and it helps you account for errors. Notational analysis is another performance analysis technique, and it uses quantitative data which uses numbers, for example how many was missed or made, whereas the technical model is about the quality of the data and looks at how a skill is done and is descriptive. It looks at how a skill is broken down and how well an athlete performs. So to determine the perfect technical model, you could watch an elite performer, read literature, for example, a book given at a coaching course, read leaflets, research-based info to get the perfect model. You might have a subjective view about what you think is right, whereas notational analysis is very objective, meaning it's either right or wrong. 3 phases of performance. So technical model can be broken down into 3 stages. So the preparation stage, so this is how the body moves into position to perform a skill. The execution phase, this is the movement required to perform the main section of the skill. And the recovery stage, so this is getting the body back into position and regaining your balance and concentration after performing a skill. So for example, in volleyball, as you can see in the picture, a pass during a match, the preparation phase is all about judging the speed and movement of the ball, then moving into the correct position on the court and knowing when to leave it for other players, then getting behind the ball and into the correct stance, which involves fingers spread placed at the forehead, knees bent and feet apart for stability. The execution phase is when coming into contact with the ball, which involves straightening of the legs and the extension of the arms to gain contact, using the power to push the ball up and forward using your fingertips. And the final stage is the recovery phase, and this is the follow through section with the arms forward and also transferring your weight forward, reacting quick and moving around the court into a ready position so you're ready for the next shot. So method data collection. So the technical model can be collected by a variety of data and software which helps to analyze sporting performance. It helps to identify strengths and weaknesses in relation to the performance model, which can be achieved by breaking down and slowing the video data down. This can be done by using apps such as Slopo, as you can see in the picture on the left. Filming and watching back performance enables athletes and coaches to see where technique is good and where it needs improving. Different angles enables you to get different views and more detailed evidence, as well as watching elite performers in more detail and trying to imitate their technique. So therefore data can be collected in different ways, whether it's filmed with different angles or verbal analysis, so having a discussion with a coach to identify correct or incorrect technique. So boxing out and rebounding. So a box out and rebound is a critical part of basketball as it prevents the opponent from jumping and getting a rebound. Boxing out in basketball is a technique used by an athlete to position themselves in front of the opponent to get more of a chance in getting the ball after the shot is missed, then jumping up and catching the ball and securing it ready for the outlet pass. This is very effective for shorter players so they can out box and rebound against taller players. So the perfect technique is split into different coaching points. So the preparation phase for a box out and rebound. So you start facing the player so you can find the ball. You have your arms out, turn your toes and make contact. You have a low center of gravity for balance, arms out sideways and back to block and backwards to block the opponent, and you shuffle sideways so they can't get past if they try to move around you. The execution phase, so this is locating the ball anticipating where it's going to go, keeping space around you, and jumping straight up, and extending your arms and exploding upwards to try reach that ball. The recovery phase, so this is protecting the ball to the chin and putting your elbows out so people can't steal it. Pivot away from the defenders and find the outlet pass so you can see them, and then you pass to them or shoot if you're on offense. So comparing an elite and beginner, so this is a preparation stage. This is comparing an elite athlete to a beginner in the preparation stage of the box out and rebound. So what we consider to be right is the images on the right of the elite athlete and the beginners on the left. So as you can see, the elite athlete is square on looking at their player before the ball has been shot in the first image. So comparing this to Kate, this is a strength of hers as she is in the correct position facing her opponent with her arms on the player so she knows exactly where they are. Another aspect Kate has done well is that she is on the balls of her feet like the professional, so she can move quickly. Then looking at the second image of the preparation phase, the professional has a wide stance as their feet are in a straight line. Comparing this to Kate, a weakness of hers, of her technique, is that she has not got the correct body position. As you can see, she is side on, her feet are side on, therefore her opponent could get past her easier. Another comparison is the professional is bending down and securing the player, whereas Kate is standing up straight, which means she could get past, could get easily pushed over. Lastly, another strength is that she is looking up towards the basket so she can locate the ball, which is the same as the professional. So this is the execution phase. Next, looking at the execution phase of a box out and rebound, we can see that the elite performer has exploded upwards as they jump very high off the ground, which means they have a better chance in getting the rebound. Comparing this to Kate, she is catching the ball on the ground, which could put her at a disadvantage if other players are jumping for the ball as well. However, a strength of Kate's is that she has extended her arms out to catch the ball, which is similar to the professional. Also, she has her eyes focused on the ball, which is also the same as the professional, which is a strength. Lastly, the recovery phase. We can clearly see a positive comparison with both Kate and the professional, as they both protected the ball to the chin with the elbows out so defenders can't steal the ball. However, as you can see, the elite athlete has their feet square to the outlet pass so they can make an accurate pass, whereas Kate has one foot in front of the other, therefore she could be pushed over and ultimately lose the ball. Another comparison is that the elite athlete is still on the balls of their feet, whereas Kate is standing normally, which means moving little steps becomes harder as it will take longer. So evaluation of technical analysis. So advantages, so you can pick up on common areas and reasons why injuries may occur so you can stop them for the future. You can compare performers against elite athletes so you can see where they're doing well and where they need improving. It can help to enhance performance, so ultimately improving. Disadvantages, it's very time consuming as there's lots of stages. It's hard to change a performance technique because if they've got that in their head, then it'll be hard to adjust this. You must be knowledgeable about the technique, so you must know how to do it and how it's run. It's hard to do team sports, it's easier to do individual sports as you can specifically focus on the one person, whereas team sports, there's lots of different skills for lots of different areas in that team sport. So performer strengths and weaknesses of technique. So I've analysed Kate's technique and come up with a conclusion of her strengths and weaknesses. So her strengths are she has the correct position facing the opponent during the preparation stage. She's also on the balls of her feet. She's looking up towards the basket. She extends her arms to catch the ball, and she also protects the ball so it can't get stolen off her. Whereas some weaknesses, her feet are side on during the box out, in the preparation stage and the recovery phase. She's also standing up straight, not jumping to catch the ball in the air, which could put her at a disadvantage. So this is a weakness. And also she's flat-footed during the recovery phase, so this is also a disadvantage.